good evening, all. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your financial market wrap-up. And this wrap-up is for the evening, as we're here now on Tuesday, the 23rd of January, 2024. And my time right now, I'm at 7:42 a.m. Central Time. We're going to be hearing all night about the New Hampshire polls, what's going on. One of the glaring things that's there is the biggest thing that the people polled as they came out and were questioned wasn't the state of the economy. I thought it would be. It's immigration. In New Hampshire, the number one concern is proving to be on Fox, immigration. We had that, didn't we, in Iowa? So the Biden administration is missing everything. They don't understand that the American people see what's going on in the border. They see hundreds of thousands of immigrants at a time making it their way through. There is no control. They're fed up that the person that Biden put in control of it. Do you remember his inauguration and what his main job was for Ms. Harris? Border control. She was a total failure at that. Can you imagine her as VP? Please forget the idea of Democrat, Republican. The number two person is incompetent, period. That is the fear that so many people have, and it's why this is a horse race. Trump, I know the diehard Republicans love his policies. Do they love the man? Everywhere he goes is chaos. I mean, lots of smoke, lots of chaos, lots of lawsuits. Do we need a president like that? I just wish there were a strong party, a party member that could have come out of all of this, and we didn't have to have the possibility of these two going head to head. I personally wanted to see Nikki Haley make a strong showing. I don't know if she did or didn't, because, there's another voice in there. But that's me, all right? Do politics rule trading? No. Do they influence it? Yes. They don't rule it. At the end of the day, no one man in America or woman is stronger than Congress, the whole thing. That's why we have checks and balances the way we go, and it's why we don't have a dictatorship. If you go to Turkey, for example, Erdogan tells his parliament what to do. Their central bank. You got that position. Don't worry about it. We'll talk about it at lunch tomorrow. You either do or you don't. What they say. America doesn't work that way. And that's the beauty of our country. Got lots of problems still brewing in the Red Sea, but good things happening, not the deaths. That is not what I define as good. At least there are talks on another truce, how long they can get it to last. Will it go to the end? There's a lot of pressure. The world is very tired of this war. The world is very tired of the Houthis running the Red Sea area. We are tired that the U.S. is today attacking Iran-backed militants in Iraq. Yesterday, it was going after 25 sites in Yemen, missile sites, and I understand we took out 20 missiles. Okay, but you still don't have the Red Sea open. We're tired of the deaths every day on TV. We're tired of hearing, well, this is going to go on for months. I mean, you may not be, I am. I mean, there is no pleasure watching human grief. Maybe you have that, I don't. How it ends, I don't know. But at least today we heard the Biden administration come out and say, today, this is a real change. There is no place post-war for a governing council that includes Hamas. Whoa, that's a surprise. I wasn't ready for that to be said, because all the way through it was going to be the PLO and other factions in there. Israel offered today, in a counter to Hamas offers yesterday, that the leadership of Hamas would have free exile to leave the country. And then there could be an end to the fighting. So we're getting to points where a little more possible realism. That's all that I'm saying. The market doesn't care. The market looks at earnings in the stock market today, and there were some very good ones. D.R. Horton had a bad day. Their stock down 10% basically, and that's a big housing company because they have to give away so much to get buyers to buy. The incentives are insane, but that's what you do to survive the game, and home builders know how to do that. I didn't say they would make a lot of money. I said they know how to do it, and I told you that when this was going on. So metal markets, pretty stable. A lot of green in currencies tonight, which is interesting, in the stock market. So somebody likes something that's going on. I don't know what's happening in New Hampshire, but I can't wait to finish this and go take a look. Now, if we look at the S&P, you're up again for the week. You're at another high. I mean, boy, just think of this. Think of where this market came from on this break in October and where you have gone. It is nonstop. It just keeps making moves higher. It is the unbelievable rally. Is the market ahead of itself? I think most people would tell you it is. That doesn't mean you're bearish. You're bullish. You're bullish until there's no reason to be bullish. Do you understand that? You've got to get away from the idea the market's overbought, oversold. It's this or that. It's in an uptrend. You have classic definition, higher lows, higher highs on the market. Number two, you're over the 18-day average of closes. The bias is up. Where's the resistance? Well, it's not going to be the resistance at the 100 or the 200-day averages. It could be at the Bollinger Band, and you're running right on it. But here's what you're doing on it that is nerve-wracking for a guy like me. You're now getting to what I call the gorilla glue trade. After you've hit a Bollinger Band 3 days in a row and you hit it on that fourth, it reverts and it says, I am stronger than you think. It's not just a resistance point. I am becoming gorilla glue and I'm latching on to that number, and that pulls the slow stochastic. If it embeds again, embedding often leads with a market moving to higher prices. So that's what this market is trying to do right now, right here. I teach in my course, you never buy a Bollinger Band. Dips away from it, absolutely, if you're embedded. But buying the band itself, no. There's many reasons. You only stay over the band 5% of the time. So if you're buying it, where would you take a profit? There's nothing above the market. So you're going to make up a number? That's basically what you're saying. If this embeds in the NASDAQ, NASDAQ has the best chance of embedding. What do I mean by that? Well, watch this. It takes 3 days over the 80 level to embed. You can't count Wednesday because we don't know where the market's going to finish today, but we know Tuesday, it's already behind us. Even though it is Tuesday night, we're in Wednesday trade. Both numbers over 80, both over 80 on Monday. Were they there on Friday? Oh no, that means today. What are the odds of it embedding? Not good. That doesn't mean it won't. Most markets don't embed. They get up right to the point where they could, and they generally don't do it. When they do, you pay attention because it's telling you the market's locking in a trend until the red line in this case closes back under 80. So we'll see if it can do it today. And the Dow, not quite there. Overbought, just back and forth, going from lower band to upper band, back and forth, more sideways action than anything. And the child that nobody wants, the Russell 2000, I hate to say it that way, but it is true. It stuck its head up and said, don't forget about me, guys, as you're going for your highs. But it's only gotten to the 18-day average, it's not going anywhere. Again, there are people that are always in a bull market saying, oh, this sector hasn't moved. I got to own that one. There's a reason the sector didn't move. In a bull market, you buy the strongest. In a bear market, you sell the weakest. And you don't go to the periphery saying, eventually it'll catch up. Doesn't have to catch up. In the 10-year note, the trend is down but oversold. Now, we get the European Central Bank coming out at you on Thursday. We already know the Bank of Japan's doing nothing. Bank of England's next week, and us. We'll be right there. We're not doing anything. In the 5-year note, the market is down here in oversold territory, certainly not worthy of a short sale. By the way, when I said we're not doing anything, that's my guess. Do I know? Well, I don't have a phone call from anybody telling me that. But logic tells you no. Why would the Fed move here? They don't have the market doing what it wants. We haven't seen enough inflation breaking and really moving to the downside. It's gone down to areas where it's gotten a bit sticky, but it's still falling. But the other equation that they need is the labor market weakening. I keep reading report after report. Today, I must have read 3 of them, proving to me that all the numbers that I'm reading don't really show the picture as to what's going on in America and the job losses there. I understand that, okay? I give you credit for all the hard work you're putting in those reports. The problem is, market's going to go off the headline numbers. It's not going with those numbers that you've got buried in there. And right now, 3.7% unemployment. JOLTS report showing 8.6 million jobs or whatever being still out there to be filled. No, you need to get weaker than that to get the Fed moving. In the dollar, wow. It's kept your embedded reading. Hits the 200-day, outside day up. Look for big resistance now between 103.75, 103.90. But even I'm amazed. Back here, when this happened, I said, I think we're going to 104. If you get there and you're not there, I think I'll go have a good steak dinner. In the eurocurrency, if the dollar's going up, this should go down. But I don't know that I want to bet on anything in front of Miss Lagarde. But are you in betting? This is bearish. Look at how the numbers tonight, can't count today, but we can count Tuesday. Both numbers under 20, both under 20 the day before and the day before. Folks, you got a bearish embedded reading. The odds favor you're going down here. So it's a mirror, just an inverted one. You got your mirror image going, oh, like that. If you're ever in a TV studio and you look at a teleprompter, they have to have mirrors in them to reverse the print. Otherwise, the print that would just show would come up reversed. So that's basically what this does. These two are reverse images of themselves. In the British pound, well, you gave the pros reasons to sit back and just say, I don't know what to do here. The trend is down. You have an outside day down. There'll be traders that sell the market in the 18-day average and use the highs that they saw today, which is 127.52 as a stop, and maybe they can get the market to the lower Bollinger Band. I would think that that's a play that might be at work right now. In Bitcoin, how much lower? Well, you could argue at any point in time that the 100-day average is in play. Why not? You're running the lower Bollinger Band. Remember I told you the Gorilla Glue trade where you had 4 days in a row already right here. Now, tonight you haven't hit it. I don't know if that means we're going to get our bounce or not, but that's what it's doing. Are we embedded? We're not. So it's got a little bit that it can put pressure on, but you do realize down at these levels how much money you have dropped from the 49,400 level. And you got down to 38,540. So if you were one of the fortunate buyers up there, because it was going like Kathy Woods and others are saying to $500,000 on up, well, you didn't get hurt. You only lost $10,000 in a week or two. It's not a big deal per contract. In Brent versus WTI crude, you can see how the market is fighting its battle here at the 18-day average of closes. Now, all the oil, you're up at key numbers here fighting to see, can you break out of this sideways action and start getting bullish again as both OPEC and the IEA think that the demand will come in? That's a big question. You're at that resistance point right now. You are overbought. My work says the pros are coming out of longs, not adding to them there. That doesn't mean I'm bearish. I have no sell signal. I have reasons, if you take my course in Bollinger Bands, that right against the 200 in the upper band in an overbought market, that the pros, the trend is up. This is where I think they're coming out of trade. Same thing close to that in the heating oil. Natural gas probably found the trading bottom yesterday, 2 days ago, actually, when it hit the Bollinger Band. You don't sell under Bollinger Bands is what I teach. You can do whatever the heck you want. Why? Because 95% of the time the market will stay within the bands. Now, this is called locking in with an embedded reading. I teach you this. I show you on these bounces numbers that will show up magically for you. They're right there on your chart. You're going to be shocked when you see them. And you'll go, isn't that what Ira said? Okay, I got to close my eyes and do this. And all of a sudden you're going, whoa, look at this. He's got the momentum's there. And what I love about the combination is the momentum leads price. That is the cool part about it. So how do you find this out? How do you learn it? It's 13 chapters. You get the charting software. You're going to get also with it my access to my morning subscriber videos. How do you put this together? Move your cursor up here. There'll be an icon. Don't have it? Go to iraepstein.com. Look under education. It's right there. Sign up. This Saturday, go through the 13 chapters. Write me about them come Monday. Pretty simple, all right? I think you'll enjoy it. I'm Ira. Take a look at this advertisement on it. Remember what I said where the icons are, iraepstein.com, and I'll see you in the morning.